Oh no, I know what I have to edit out now.
That's right.
So make sure to do it in breaks where it's easy to edit now while I'm talking. Okay, I'd like to welcome Maria back. She's finally back from her world tour. We also have a new puppy that's in the house right now just yapping away. So you might hear little peeps in the background. But we are going to go over some of the stuff that we've been going on, some of the foot activation techniques that we've been working on. But we're also going to work on adductor flexibility because that came up a couple of times this week with different clients and also with me. So we're going to open up the adductors as well, and you'll see how it plays into the arches, because what actually gives lift to the arches are your adductors. These adductors and your pelvic floor pull everything up, lifting the arches of your feet. So we think that if you have foot problems, it comes from the foot. Seldom does it come from the foot, and that is also why we've been talking about this whole week. If you have arch problems and feet problems and foot pelvis problems, you're going to also have pelvic floor problems. So foot problems equals pelvic floor problems equals foot problems. We don't know which one comes first, the chicken or the egg.
It's all about alignment.
Yes, and creating that lift from the adductors. So we're going to work on that as well. And when you work the adductors, you have to work the abductors. So we'll work on that a little bit too as we start and begin. We're going to work by putting our foot on the block. We're going to stretch out the calf muscle because we always have to go through this because we're working on that athletic ready posture. And as we've talked about, the athletic ready posture is where the lower half of the body acts as a spring, the upper body is upright, and the head's free to do the riding reflex. We're activating the spring, so we have to really watch alignment on this, make sure your knees go straight forward. They don't go into valgum or varum. They're just straight forward. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to start out with a little squat. You're going to squat down and come back up. Not big, just enough to create a stretch on your soleus muscle. Abs are nice and tight. Keep your core on. It's easy to round your back. Mario, show them what it would look like if you rounded your back instead. We don't want you to round your back. We want you to keep your abs tight, spine straight, and lower down. See what Mario's doing? This is what we want. It's so nice having Mario back. Okay, and that's the other reason we like Mario back. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to pump our hips forward. Keep your abs engaged. Notice when your abs shut off, and you'll know because your low back will start hurting. Suck in your tummy. Okay, and then we're going to just, you can use your roller on this one. You're going to step forward, step back, hips back. This is a functional stretch. We're using it in function, so keep your feet parallel. Smiles are up. Okay, I'm going to move over a little bit. See, I'm not giving Mario much space.
Notice that.
Just
getting
been
used
gone
to being in the middle.
Yeah. No, Mario's been gone. Number
10.
Okay, then you're going to take this foot back behind you. You could keep your rear heel down on this one, but keep your feet parallel. We're doing this for the front leg, so you're just going to bend and straighten. When you do, your spine stays straight. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. This is going to stretch your rear gastroc and your front soleus muscle. Make sure that knee stays over the top of your foot. Okay, let's switch sides. We'll start from the first beginning.
Versus the second beginning?
Yes. Ball goes under the block of your, oh, wait, that's all right. Ball of your foot is on the block, your heel is down, abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Here we go, we're gonna go into a squat. Squat, squat. Just feel what it feels like to open up that soleus. You were gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay. Abs are nice and tight. No rounding your spine, no pressure in your low back. This should be all in your calf. And now you can see how the calf muscle could influence low back pain.
10.
Okay, then we did step forward, hip forward.
No.
Oh, hips forward, yes, hips forward. Abs are nice and tight. Oh, the small dog sounding like it's in great misery.
Life being squeezed out of her.
Yes. I'll bring her on at the end. Okay, step forward, step back, hips back. Feel the motion of a functional stretch on your gastrocnemius. Keep your feet parallel, especially in the rear.
10.
Okay, and then take that left leg back behind you, heels down on this one. We're focusing on the front leg, knees over top of your foot. We're gonna bend and straighten. Keep your abs engaged. Good. Now, you're gonna stand in a wider stance. You put your roller in front of you just for balance. We're gonna straighten our right leg, bend our left leg, and then we're gonna straighten our left leg, bend our right leg. You're just gonna go back and forth, side to side. We're opening up the adductors. Try to go a little lower each stretch. Try to keep the work out of your knees because you're using quad muscles and your butt muscles, and we're stretching muscles and not joints. So you shouldn't feel it in any joint. You should feel it deep into your adductors. Keep your spine straight like Maria's keeping her straight. You can assist with your hands. That's totally fine as long as your spine stays straight. Your toe can come up if you want. Oh, just warming up. How many is that?
17.
And I promise you seldom do this during the day.
20.
Okay, good. Come back up to standing. We're gonna do a forward fold. I'll move over so Maria has space. Forward fold, and then we're gonna come back up. We're just gonna pump through this. Keep your spine straight. We're using the roller so you don't have to have overly stabilized with your core, and it'll allow you to go deeper into a stretch. Keep your abs engaged though, keep your lats on. We're lengthening. Now the hamstrings with the calves and the butt. We're not lengthening the back muscles. Abs are engaged. It's like those oil pumps in the Central Valley of California. What number is that?
9.
9. That was like 22.
10.
Okay, good. We're gonna stay up on this. Now we start our footwork once again. This is where we'll have the variation. You're gonna need your ball and your block on this one. The ball will go to the front side of the block, like the lowercase I. The ball of your foot's on the ball, your heel's on the block, abs are nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna start out using the ball of our foot as you crush down on the ball. Both knees are bent, abs are nice and tight, chest is over, your chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. Crush the ball with the ball of your foot only. Suck in that tummy. Okay, now you're gonna squeeze down with your toes. So your toes are squeezing the ball. Feel the difference, because we gotta know the difference, because we don't wanna use the toes when we should be using the ball of your foot, and we don't wanna use the ball of the foot when we should be using our toes. Is that 10? Okay, so here we go. Take your right leg back behind you. Do you have enough space?
Yep.
Okay. I'll move over anyways, for I am kind. Your ball is on the ball of the ball. The ball of your foot is on the ball. Your heel's on the block. Abs are nice and tight. Your front knee is bent. Knees over top of your foot. And here we go, we're gonna hinge forward and then come back up. Hinge forward and then come back up. Spine is straight. I want you to over-exaggerate contracting your quad and your butt muscle. And this is how we get the maximum effort into an exercise instead of the minimum. Abs are engaged. I want that overly tightened too. Okay, now you're gonna push down with your toes. Toes are pushing down. We're gonna do the same thing. Oh, you'll notice your butt's working harder on that. That's when the toes engage. So in your running cycle, you can see how your toes would give you that last little squeeze from your glute max to push you forward. Abs are engaged.
8, 9, 10.
Okay, this one's gonna just be a stretch as you take your leg out. Do you need more space? Yes, now you do.
Logistically.
Let me see where I can put the roller so you guys can see. Keep your knee over the top of your foot. Abs are nice and tight. You're just gonna move your hips side to side. Just working on some hula action. In case you're doing hula on the hillside. Which can happen. Because apparently they go out to a volcano right before our merry monarchs and they dance around. Smiles are up.
10.
Okay, good. Let's switch sides. I'll aim more towards the camera though. Okay, ball of your foot is on the ball, heel is on the block, feet are parallel, abs are nice and tight. First gonna crush down with the ball of your foot, just see what that feels like. Abs are engaged, shoulder blades are down and back. Notice how easy it is to shut off your abs, don't shut off your abs. Both knees are bent. It's like you're stomping out your foot waiting for somebody. Okay, now you're gonna curl your toes down. Feel the difference. Okay, then you're gonna take your leg back behind you. We're gonna primarily push down with the ball of your foot this time. Abs are nice and tight. Did we push down first? Or we just went into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna hinge forward and then come back up. Work your quad, work your butt, over-exaggerate contracting those muscles so we get maximum activation in this singular activity instead of the minimum. What number is that?
9.
Okay, now you're gonna push down with your toes. Push them down, 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 down. You'll feel your butt activate so much more as we continue. Keep that knee over the top of your foot. Smiles are up. Keep pushing down with those toes. Keep your knee bent. Keep your quad on, your butt on, your abs on, your lats on. Okay, then you're gonna take this foot out to the side. We're going wide. As you just move your hips off to the side. You're doing your hillside hula. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy. Jaws relaxed.
10.
Very nice. You're gonna come back up. We're gonna revisit our adductors quickly. Don't push your ball and block too far away. Okay, so we're gonna go into our adductor stretch once again like this. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You're stretching everything open. And you're gonna do hip circles. Oh, you should feel quad muscles. You should feel butt muscles. You should feel adductors. You should feel no joints working.
10.
Opposite direction. So you're finding out what muscles aren't working, your quads and your butt, and what ones accidentally overwork your adductors as you feel this
10.
pattern. Okay, we're gonna switch sides, same thing on the other side. Okay, hip circles. Notice if one side was easier than the other. Oh.
10.
Other direction. You think murder was being committed on a puppy by a mom screaming. Suck in that tummy.
10.
Okay, good. We're coming back up and standing. You're gonna grab your block again. So now it's gonna look like an exclamation mark. As the block goes in front of the ball will go under your heel. The ball of your foot will be on the block. And that's your right foot. Okay? You're gonna come into a running position, or not running position, squatting position. Abs are nice and tight, sucking your tummy. We're gonna start out by lifting up your toes. Push your heel down, 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 down. Suck in that tummy. That's Maria, not me.
10.
Okay, now drop your toes down, same thing. Okay, now you're gonna take your left leg back behind you. Stick out your butt, make sure you have knees over the top of your foot. Here we go. We're gonna stretch forward and then come back up. Suck in that tummy. We're really lifting up the bottom line now because we're doing it correctly. Booty's working, abs are on. No pressure in any joints because we're working muscles and not joints. Okay, now take your leg once again out to the side. Here we go. Hips going side to side. Keep that knee over the top of your foot. Feel what it feels like to stabilize. You should notice your quad and your butt are turning on. Your adductors should actually turn off because they're not really used in this function except to move your hips side to side a little bit. Okay, we're switching sides. We're seeing what everything feels like. As your heel goes on the ball, follow your foot on the block. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. I want to line up with the camera better. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Drop that heel down. Crush it, crush it, crush it, crush it. Your toes are up. Abs are nice and tight. Abs are on. Knees are over the tops of your feet. Okay, drop your toes down, same thing. Okay, take your leg back behind you. Okay, here we go. Toes up. Did we do that? Or no?
We didn't do
We didn't do that. Okay, that's fine. We're going to hinge forward and then come back up. Abs are nice and tight. We'll do something else instead. Keep your abs engaged. You're hinging from your butt, not from your low back. So if you feel pressure in your low back, it means you're lengthening back muscles, and we don't like that. We want to keep them shortened. Until we stretch them. That's a different story. Okay, take your leg out to the side as we do our heel side hula once again. You should feel your butt working, you should feel your quad working. And your adductors will go into what's called the phasic motion. They only work when they're on, they don't stay on the whole time, which we can easily reverse.
10.
Okay, fine. We're switching sides once again. Here's the promise, the variation. Abs are nice and tight. Your heel is on the ball, foot is on the block, your toes are down. We're gonna go for a little run. You're gonna bring your knee to your chest and put your foot back down where you found it. Knee to your chest and back down. For the most part, your head doesn't move. Don't move your head. This is learning to run low, and this is why a lot of people stop running because they forget how to do this. Good, we're switching sides. Lower down, abs are nice and tight, knees over top of your foot, abs are engaged, lats are on. Here we go. Don't move your head. Head stays at the same height and same location. Your toes go back to where you found them. Keep breathing. What number are we on?
9, 10.
Good. Now you can come off the ball on the block. We're going to work our adductors to our feet once again. Feet are parallel, hips width apart. What's hips width apart? Here's your ASIS, here's your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is hips width apart. Now, as you're standing there, keep the first metatarsal head down. That's the knuckle of the big toe. And what you're gonna do is roll your knees out and you're gonna try to dome your feet. You're gonna get that arch back in your foot. If you do this correctly, you'll feel your foot cramping, you'll feel your quads activating and your butt turn on. And then we want you to activate your pelvic floor and your abs simultaneously. Just feel it lift. It's not a big deal, but it's very important that you know how to do this. Let me do that. Okay? Okay. We're going to just bend our knees, do the same thing. Lift up. It's going to be a whole lot easier. You're going to feel your calves contracting and your quads contracting. Try to keep your spine straight because the compensation will be to round your spine. We don't want you to round your spine. We want to use major muscles like your quads and your butt.
10.
Okay, we're going to do one lunge here where you're going to lift up the arch of your foot. This is not so much about the lunge activity as it is lifting up the arch into your foot. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. You're doming that foot up. Chest up. It's like you're creating dynamic tension in your leg.
10.
I knew that. Other side. Okay, same thing. Knees bent, knees over top of your foot. You're going to lift that arch up. Lift the arch up. You should feel a connection from the bottom of your foot, through your calf to your quad, into your butt. Abs are nice and tight. Those are also involved.
And try to initiate the lift from the lift of your pelvic floor.
That is right.
10.
Okay, good. Now we head to the floor. Where's my ball? We'll need it in a second. Not yet. Just come to the floor in a kneeling position. Okay. In this position, we're going to stretch. Now open our quad muscles. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to lean back. Then you're going to lift your knees up off the ground. We're going straight forward. We're going to open up the feet. We're going to do sit-ups. Chest is up. Shoulder blades are down back. You're going to suck in your tummy and then release. Suck in your tummy, release. Suck in your tummy and release. See how my knees are like lifted off the ground? This is stretching the anterior portion of your foot. It's also getting your quads, a little bit your tibialis anterior. Suck in your tummy, change the shape of your abdomen. We're going to curl our toes under. Let's counter. If you feel excessive pressure in those toe knuckles, push your heels back. We don't want you to feel like they're going to snap off, even though they feel like they're going to snap off. Knees are together, same thing. We're going to suck in our tummy. This time we're keeping our knees down. We just got to open up those feet after everything we did with them. Okay. Now we only need one block. As your knee goes onto the block, we're going to start working the adductors and abductors. First things first though, get your head over the top of the block. And then we're going to do hip circles. This is athletic ready posture. Your lower half of your body is dynamic, your upper body is being held up straight, and your head's not moving. Woohoo! Sucking on tummy, opposite direction. Class is much shorter with Maria counting. She doesn't count enough.
10. Be careful what you ask for.
We're going to start out by leaning our hip way over to the left. Keep your knee over the top of your foot though, so don't let the knee follow your hip. It's going to stay over the top of your foot. Push your hips over side, keep your abs engaged. We're opening up your glute medius, maybe a little bit your tensor fasciata. Keep breathing. Now you're just gonna rock back and forth to get all the different fibers of those abductors. Watch that knee alignment on your right foot. Oh my goodness.
10.
Okay, now we're gonna go wide. We're stretching the opposite direction. Okay? You can turn your foot out if you want on this one. And same thing, you just try to open up your adductors, keep your abs on. Notice how your abs want to go blap and turn off. Don't let them suck in your tummy, stretch. Chest up.
9, 10.
And then rock. Rock. Get all the divisions of this. Okay. We're switching sides. First things first. Righting reflex time. Head is over the top of your knee. Keep it over the top of your knee. Abs are engaged. We're going to do our hip circles. Try not to move your head. That was the whole point to this. Smiles are up.
10.
Opposite direction. Keep the core engaged.
9,
And do it.
10.
Okay? Then you're going to push your hip as far as you can over to the right. Keep your knee over the top of your foot. That's your left knee over the top of your foot as you're pushing to the right. Abs are nice and tight. Ooh, get it, get it, get it. You're going to get your glute medius and quite possibly your tensor fascia lata. Abs are engaged.
9, 10.
Okay, rock your hip forward, rock your hip back. Class is never going to end today. Oh, feel that stretch. It should feel wonderful. It's like you're oxygenating your hip. Okay, good. Now we're going to go the opposite direction as you go wide. Keep your abs engaged. Don't want to shut off. It's okay if your foot turns on this one. Stretch open. Abs are nice and tight. Whoa. Suck in that tummy. Get those adductors open. We're going to get you back on that horse.
10.
And then rock that hip forward and backwards. And this is just good hip mechanics anyways. Cleaning up hip motion. Okay. We're going to do one last stretch. Since we have the block, you're going to go back onto your left knee. You're going to take your right hand, grab a hold of your left foot, stretch, open up that rectus femoris. Rectus femoris. Oh, what was it yesterday? Oh, cilantro. Oh. We were at the Safeway, and automated, checkout. And it's like, your one item, cilantro. Please enter the weight for cilantro. It was so vehement in telling us what item it was. Sucking that tummy. Okay, we're gonna release. Go the opposite direction as you reach forward with your left hand, toes are up. Remember, no pressure in any joints, we're stretching muscles. Ooh, this should feel really good. You can do what Mari's doing and grab your foot with your right hand, or you could take your right hand back behind you. Either way works.
10.
Okay. Switch sides. Now, with your left hand, grab a hold of your right foot. Pull that heel to your butt. Stretch forwards, abs tight, chest up. Oh, yeah. Look how much lean forward Maria's getting. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to really open up those rectus moris and hip flexors. Don't put any pressure in your low back. You do that by tightening your abs. 10. Yes, I knew that. We're gonna release. Foot goes up, and with your right hand, you're gonna reach forward. You could either reach for your toes with your left hand, or you could take it behind you. Maria's is more like a bow, mine's more like ta-da! You can tell which one of us was a cesarean section baby. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, good. Oh yes, we're doing adductors. Okay, we're gonna move on to pelvic floor and adductors simultaneously. So, you're gonna need your ball. You're gonna have a seat on top of your ball. Oh, your legs are gonna go apart. Oh.
A little stiff. Stuck there.
Yeah. Legs are apart. First, we're just going to open up the adductors. You're on your pelvic floor, and that ball is midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Make sure it's not on your tailbone. We're going, again, in the muscular areas, not the bony areas. We're going to start out with just a little jiggle first. That'll open up your hamstrings, and it'll open up those adductors. Plus, it's a good way of pretending you're crazy. Next time you're standing in line, jiggle. They tend to give you more service because they could tell you're ready to erupt.
No. They just avoid you. Pretend you don't exist.
They'll bring you to the front. Okay, and then we're gonna bend one leg and then straighten it, bend the other leg and straighten it. Once again, don't go on your tailbone. We're staying in the middle of your pelvic floor. As the stretch opens up, you can open up your legs. This one's cool looking. Looks like a wave is going in between my knees. What's really nice about that one is that it works core strength as well. Okay, soles of your feet are coming together. If you have short arms, you can use your blocks. I have short arms. Feet come together. Well, actually, I don't have short arms, I have a long torso. Chest is up. But I like that I have a long torso because if I had the torso that matched my arms, I would probably be like 5'3".
4'11".
Yeah. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Okay, you're gonna just bounce your legs out. These are working your adductors. Just feel what it feels like to stretch open those adductors. Keep your abs engaged, your head over the top of your pelvic floor. As you do this, you're keeping your pelvic floor on, which is really, 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 really nice. Okay, you're gonna take one leg out to the side again as we work internal and external rotation on that one side. There should be no clicking or popping either in your knee or your hip. You should be stabilizing with all the muscles, your calf, your quad, your hamstring, your butt, and your abs. These are also sit-ups. You should feel your obliques kick on. The number?
9.
Ah.
10.
Okay, we're gonna stay in this position. Yeah, that wasn't me. Okay, we're gonna do sit-ups here. You're gonna try to pull yourself over to the right. Oh, you're gonna use those obliques. You're gonna stretch those adductors. What a weird combination of discomfort. Hadouken! For those that played Street Fighter on video game back in the 80s. Sucking that tummy. Oh, it feels nice when this finally starts opening it up and lengthening.
10.
Okay, we're gonna switch sides.
Your feet are dirty.
No, it's just my heels are a little ashy. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna internally, externally rotate along the axis of your hips, so that opens up your adductors and abductors a little deeper. Yeah, they're a little ashy. I need a pedicure. I was gonna get one while Mario was gone, but I know she wouldn't forgive me if I got one and she didn't get one.
Wise man.
What number are we on?
10.
Okay, here we go. Oh, using your obliques, pull yourself over to your left. Just feel the lengthening of those adductors. It feels really good when they finally do open up. Keep your pelvic floor on, stay off of your tailbone. This is a 2-for-1. You're working your obliques and your pelvic floor. It's actually a 3-for-1. You're also working your adductors. Number? Okay. Okay, since your right leg is already down, we're just going to stack your left leg on top of it. Ooh. We're going to stretch out your glute medius, glute minimus, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. You're going to do hip circles on top of the pelvic, on the ball to activate your pelvic floor. These are core stabilizing exercises, they're ab exercises, and they're stretching your hips open that are very, very tight. Holy cow. I meant your hips, not mine. Opposite direction, Maria said. Just notice tightness in the hips. That's what happens over time when you stop doing hula.
Sit on the bus for 4 hours to New York.
Yes.
Ride the subway and the metro every day.
Fly for 22 hours on the airplane. That's why I didn't go. Let's switch sides. I have about a 5-hour and 15-minute maximum on flying, so flying to California is 15 minutes out of my comfort zone. Chest up, hip circles. Just see what it feels like to work the pelvic floor while working a stretch. Take any pressure you feel in any joint, especially knees, and pull it to your muscles, like your quads and your butte.
Opposite direction?
Opposite direction. Sucking that tummy, your chest is up. Okay, good. From here, just take your legs out in front of you. We're gonna do a little jog, jog, jog of your feet. Just see what it feels like. Stay on top of your pelvic floor, not on your tailbone still. Okay, and then we're gonna go into a deep lunge. You can use your blocks on this. Left foot forward, right foot back. You can go into lizard pose. Is this lizard? That's a lizard. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back. We're opening up those adductors now. Clench. You will seldom hear us say this, but clench your right butt cheek. Chest is up. Okay, so you'll feel this pull on your adductors. And your hamstring a little bit. Keep your abs engaged. Make sure you're on top of your first metatarsal head, primarily on that rear foot. As you now take your leg across midline into pigeon. Oh. Ha, ha, ha. Now we're working the adductors. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. Sucking your tummy. Stay upright. Rock those hips out. Rock the Casbah. Abs are nice and tight. Oh, feel that stretch. Okay, we are gonna push back, switch sides, immediately. It's gonna feel awful. We're gonna do lizard on this side. Suck in your tummies. Keep breathing. Chest up. Okay, wiggle that leg across midline. Stretch this side out. You can rock from side to side if you want. Abs are engaged. The importance of this is that you don't put a lot of pressure in your hands, because if you get this low, you've usually fallen down. If you've fallen down, you want the work and effort to go into your hip, and your butt specifically, and not into your wrists. So if you fall and you're this low, you want to be able to respond with a big muscle like your glute max. Okay. Whew. Oh, bring that leg back behind you. You can keep your blocks there as we go into a plank. Oh. Just like this. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. It's a sit up, so you can wiggle your hips from side to side just because it's fun. But don't let your butt creep up in the air. Okay. Child's pose. Oh. Keep breathing. So what we're trying to do is get deep flexion into the hips. You can see it in Maria right here. She's getting deep flexion into hips. Her spine is long. We're opening up the shoulders. This is what we're going after, because this is helping you with your athletic ready posture. Okay, come back up again. We are going to do a little bit of sit-ups. Okay. You take your ball, put it behind your back. Oh. Your feet are flat on the ground, your arms are back behind you. We're just doing a basic sit-up here. What we're going to do differently is we're going to activate the lower extremities. So draw your shoulder blades down, back, suck in your tummy. First chakra, your pelvic floor goes on. Second chakra, your lower abs go on. Third chakra will be your upper abs. We're going to work on all three divisions. We're going to keep the head over top of the ball as we now activate your abs. Suck in your tummy, try to pop the ball. Pop it with your spine, pop it by activating your abs. Really suck that tummy in, change the shape of your abdomen. Now, as you're doing it, every time you contract your abs, you're going to contract your quads and your hamstrings. You're learning how to use all of your leg muscles with your abs, and this is why people stop or start disliking jumping, because they don't know how to keep their quads and hamstrings and calves on as they land on the ground and stabilize the abs. So the work goes right into the joints, and specifically the low back and the knees.
So really try to coordinate your breath as you suck your belly button to your spine. You're going to shorten the distance between pubic bone to belly button. Belly button to spine.
She's talking to you guys, because she was looking at you guys. Okay. Arms up, same thing. We're going to work the abs, quads, hamstrings, calves, contract. Keep breathing, keep quadding, keep hamstringing, keep calving. I guess calving is where the ice falls off.
Try to initiate from the pelvic floor, shortening from the pubic bone to belly button to spine.
Now we're going to take those right into our Bruce Lee punches as we punch left, punch right, hands. Suck in that tummy. So it's not a bending of the elbow, it's a punch from your abs. This is what made Bruce Lee's punches so unique. He was punching with his core, he wasn't punching with his extremity. So even though he only weighed 140 pounds, or not even that.
130?
130? Yeah. He could punch you with 130 pounds of body weight.
4 more.
Okay. Okay. Apparently Mario's back. Arch over the top of the ball. Whoa. Rock from side to side. So, as we've been talking about, if you feel this in your low back, you have accidentally activated your psoas muscle. You feel it in front of your hips, that means you accidentally used your iliacus. But if you feel it right down your six-pack muscles, your rectus femoris or abdominis, you did the right thing. You have chosen wisely. Oh. Okay. We're going to continue with some foot exercises. Ball goes underneath your sacrum. Your legs will go up in the air. We're going to wiggle the toes. You're going to start with your pinky toe, ring finger, third finger, fourth finger, then big toe. And then you're going to reverse it. You're going to open up with big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. And then you're going to reverse it. You're going to start closing down with your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe. And then you're going to bring it up pinky first, fourth, third, second, fifth, first. You get the idea. Just wave back and forth. It's just fun. And we should be able to do it. Keep breathing. You guys keep doing that. I'm gonna switch the music out. Just see what it feels like to wiggle those toes around. See what it's like to have your feet above the level of your head and nothing catastrophic has happened. And then you're gonna put your feet together, side by sides. And you're gonna try to separate your toes, all of them, including your big toes, and then bring them all together again. Then separate them, all of them, and then together. Separate, together. Oh yeah, Maria's back. She can actually do this. Nothing's more annoying when you ask Maria for a pen and you see your foot come over with a pen in it. Okay, now curl your toes down and then extend your toes back. Curl down, extend your toes back. If your feet are cramping, in this case it's actually good because it's turning the intrinsic muscles of your feet on because you're holding them instead of moving through them. The muscles of your feet are meant to be moved through and not carry, if that makes sense. Even though we think of being on our feet all day long as carrying weight, what we're constantly doing is transferring the weight and forces from our feet to our major muscles like your quads and your butt all the way up to your hips. But if the energy gets stuck in your feet, the muscles will stay in one position and start absorbing a lot of energy and start getting foot pain. Okay, good. Go ahead and drop your feet back down to the ground, which they should feel awesome against the ground. Lift your booty up. You're gonna go on top of your roller now. Butt is gonna be at one end, head at the other end. We're gonna look at athletic ready posture again. Your feet are parallel, your knees are over the tops of your feet. Your head is over the top of your diaphragm. Your spine is straight, your shoulder blades are down and back. First, second, third chakras are fired up. You're drawing your shoulder blades down and back. Woohoo! Athletic ready posture. And breathe. See what it feels like to breathe in this position? See how easy it is for you to access your center. That's why we want to be in athletic ready posture no matter what we do. So if you're playing volleyball, you're in athletic ready posture. But if you're doing the dishes, you want to be in athletic ready posture. If you're doing pottery, you want to be in athletic ready posture. If you're picking up a little dog off the floor because now you have 2 of them, you're going to be athletic ready posture because that's going to bring you closer to your center. And the closer you are to your center, the closer you are to meditation. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just continue to feel this, continue to find center. You guys stay on your rollers. I'm going to come off mine to bring you guys home. Just feel what it feels like to find that center point and then meditation. See the tendency that you have to not be in this position when you're doing different types of work during your day, and see what it would take to get into that position. You guys have done an amazing job. And on behalf of Maria, who has returned, and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here. Thank you for doing all the crazy things we ask of you. Thank you for being willing. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you so very much. And namaste.
Namaste.
You guys want to see the puppy?
She's 8 weeks, 9 weeks almost. Look at that tail.
She's Chihuahua. Yeah, Wolfie doesn't want anything to do with her.
Long-haired Chihuahua.
Yeah.
I know, we haven't named her yet.